What's up, guys? So a while back I posted this video on Instagram and I think maybe TikTok, and a lot of people were commenting, speculating how I was possibly doing that, whether I used extra dice, whether I had a glass that had maybe a hole in it. And to be honest, there was a hole in it right here in the top. But seriously, today I want to show you how to do the trick because it's a really fun trick. I learned this when I was a little kid, honestly. It's been around forever and it's a super fun and easy trick. So basically all you do is you take the die and you take the glass, and if you smack it right there, it should go right through the bottom of the glass and everything can be checked out, no holes other than, So yeah, that's the trick. Really fun, really easy to do. You can do it anywhere. You don't need anything special. And so this is how it works. Basically, you pick up the die, and as you go to pick up the glass, you don't really have the die in this hand. It's over here. So what I'm doing is, as I pretend to toss it over to this hand, you want to make sure in your mind you are throwing something. You're not doing a move. You're not doing anything weird. In your mind, you're tossing something from one hand to the other. So if you need to practice, you can just see how you would naturally, if I were to pick this up and toss it into this hand, what would it look like, right? And so that's all you're mimicking, is that same exact move, except you're just not actually tossing it, you're retaining it with the thumb. So once you've done that, toss it over to this hand and you go to pick up the glass. Now, you still want to kind of have your focus over here. I think maybe because I'm on camera, I guess, I don't know. I think I kind of looked over this way. It's fine, it probably still looked natural, but typically I would keep my focus more on this hand because the die is here. And so I'm just gonna grab the glass with the die positioned over the top. The way I'm holding it, of course you can't really see, but it's just hidden behind my fingers. And then once you smack, you're just gonna drop the die into the glass. But the cool thing about this is, because you're smacking the bottom and you're dropping the die, they're going in opposite directions. So essentially it's like the die hits the bottom of the glass instantly because of the opposing momentums, equal opposite forces. It stops the die. I mean, it's gonna bounce, but it's not gonna bounce way back up. It's gonna stay kind of near the bottom a lot of the times. And so it really does look like it just goes right through the bottom. So just like that. So as a magician, I'm always trying to figure out how can I make the impossible possible? How can I take things to the next level? And this is something I've loved doing for a long time. So, excuse me. So I thought, how can I take it to the next level? I could get it inside of a sealed jar, okay? So we're gonna put the lid on the jar so nothing can get in or out, and still I'm gonna get the die inside of the jar. And looks a little something like this. So if you watch very carefully, you'll see the die just really melts through, just like that. No, I'm just kidding. That would have been a crazy trick. It would look something like this though, if I were to actually do it. And that's how the die gets inside of the jar, completely sealed. You can take the lid off and you can check everything out. And yeah, so that's die through jar. So yeah, if you enjoyed that one, make sure you leave a like and share. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more things like this, if you want some more magic tutorials, more performances, whatever. I have a lot of things planned, but I would love to hear what you guys are interested in seeing. So I will catch you in the next one. Peace. I hated that. Ugh. Ugh.